guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I will be doing 20 baby girl names with nicknames and meanings that we won't use. I am not pregnant, but these would be on our list if we would be having another baby, and also it would be a girl. Nicknames, meanings are important, as well as not being on the top 25 names in Canada for baby girls last year. Another thing before we get started is nicknames. So in English, when we nickname people, so for example, the name Richard can be nicknamed to Rick or Dick. The way that happens, like I said, is the nickname that you get from the name Rick. You can interchange any consonant in front of it to make another nickname. You could use Mick as well, or Nick for Richard. Okay, so that's how the nicknames will be come up with, and I will try to explain my process as best as I can. So let's get started. So first, let's look at the top 25 baby girls' names in Canada last year. So the first baby girl name on my list is Delaney. So Delaney can be Del, it can be Laney. From Lane, we can get Jane as well. So Delaney means from the river Slane, or it's French for from the elder grove. Another meaning for this one is dark challenger. So not obsessed with the meanings for this one, but I do really like the name Delaney. The next baby girl name on my list is Odelia. So you'll see that the top name for last year was Amelia in Canada. Odelia is a good substitute for it because it has the same nicknames as Amelia would, as well as Ophelia. So Ophelia means helper or aid or benefit, whereas Odelia means I will praise God. So they're very similar names, but if you prefer one meaning over the other, that's why I put both of them here. They're very, very similar. For the nicknames for this one, you have Leah at the end, so we can do Leah, Mia, Fia, whatever Ia you want to do, you can do for Ophelia or Odelia. The next name on my list is Margot. A good nickname for Margot is Maggie, Marge. You could use Joe, Flo. The meaning of Margot is pearl. So if you watched my last video, you know that I like a lot of friends' names. Like I had Chandler on my baby boys list. So you're gonna notice some friends' names here. So the next one up is Monica. Monica means to advise, alone, and solitary, as well as unique. Solitary can be a bit of like a scary meaning for that one, thinking like they will be super alone. But another way to look at it is like you would give Monica to someone who's super independent. So you can call her Mon, Moni, Ronnie, Lonnie. So any of those would be good nicknames for Monica. Next name is Rachel, which means Ewe in Hebrew, which means female sheep. Not obsessed with the meaning for this one, but it isn't on the top 25 list. I like the name Rachel. It's very strong sounding. A lot of girl names will have A's at the end, and they're very like at the end, or E. So to have a strong sounding woman's name that doesn't end in those more flowy endings is very rare. So it's a very strong sounding girl's name. You can call her Rach, Ray, Jay, any of those variations would work. Next up is Quinn. I think this is another unique name. Like I said, there's a lot of girls' names that don't end in consonants. So this is another kind of stronger sounding girl's name. For Quinn, there aren't very many nicknames you can use. You can do Q. So you could also call her Susie Q or Susie. That's kind of where you'd get those nicknames, but they aren't really great nicknames for Quinn. Another option for Quinn is to rhyme off names that are very similar to Quinn, like Lynn, or Win, like Winnie. Quinn means a girl as pretty as two, or head, or wise. And so Quinn is a really good name for a smart, beautiful girl. Next up is Molly, which means star of the sea or rebellion. So if you think your child is going to be someone who's against the grain and kind of shines and stands on her own, then this is a good name for you. I think it's very sweet and cute sounding. A good nickname for this one would be Polly or Mal. If you're not super obsessed with those names, you can just call her M the same way someone would call Emily M. Next up on the name list is Blaire, and Blaire means meadow or field. For Blaire, again, it's very similar to Quinn, where you can do nicknames that rhyme off the same as Blaire. So you can do Claire. It's a good substitute for Claire too if you're looking for something a bit more unique. Natalie means birth of the Lord or Christmas. Nat is a good name for this. Allie as well, so Nat, Allie. Callie, you can also do, adding in that consonant. And Natalie's a good one if you're religious. I just like the name Natalie. I'm not very religious, but I like the name Natalie. Next up on the list is Chandie, which means goddess of the moon. And I absolutely love this name. So I did notice that some people are using Chandler as a girl's name. So if you wanted to still use Chandler, this is a cute nickname for Chandler as a girl, Chandie. And then you can obviously short form it to Andy, Chan, D, or Lee. The next name is Demi, like Demi Moore. You can also pronounce it as Demi. And this is a really cute name on its own. It's derived from the name Demeter, which is the goddess of agriculture and Earth Mother. So if you have, for example, an earth sign baby and you want something really earthy, then Demi is a great name, or Demi. Some good nicknames for Demi are Marie, like I said, something that rhymes with Demi, or Didi. Next name on my list is Melanie, which means black. It is named after a goddess who mourned all winter for the return of spring. And that can seem really dark. And so another way you can look at it is someone who is constantly searching for light and can find light in the most unlikely places. So some good names for this are Mel, Laney. Again, you can do Jane with this name, or Belle. Next up is Blake, which means fair hair or dark. Not super obsessed with the meaning of this, but it is one of those girl names, like I said, that has a different ending sound to it that makes it sound a bit more strong and less dainty and feminine. I say that, but I love the dainty and feminine names. Like, they make up most of my list. But, you know, if you're searching for something that's a bit less feminine and more androgynous, Blake is a good name. I don't have any really great nicknames for Blake, but you can call her B. Chrishell means crystal shell. I got this from Chrishell Styles. I've always loved her name. It's very pretty sounding and I just really love it. So you can call her Shelly, Chrissy, any of those kinds of nicknames. The next name I have on my list is Terrina, which is derived from Terrence, meaning heart. I like this name simply because my dad's name is Terrence, so the idea of having like a similar name is kind of cool to me. I also just really love the meaning of it, like heart. It doesn't get any better than that. Like, that's a really good meaning. You'd give it to someone who's full of heart, you know, loves a lot, loves deeply, that sort of thing. So you can call her Rena, Gina, Terry. All of those are good nicknames for Terrina. Next up on my list is Cleo, which means pride or glory or fame. If you really like the name Chloe, Cleo is a good alternative. Chloe is on the top 25 baby girls' names, so I wanted to provide a substitute that I also really liked. So Cleo is a really cute name. You can call her Leo, especially if she's a Leo. That would be really cute. Also, Leo, the symbol of a lion, and the meaning of the name has pride in it. So that's a very like synchronous name. Another cute nickname would be Cece. Next up on my list is Jacey. I really liked the name Jace and was on my baby boy's names. Slightly different name. It's Native American for moon. So if you're really into like astrology or really love planets or astronomy, then Jacey's a really cute name and it means moon. Some good nicknames for this would be Jay, Jace, or JJ. Another one that you could do is, again, rhyming off the name Jacey. Jacey, Macy, Lacey, any of those names are cute nicknames for this. The next name on my list is Wana, which means God is gracious. This is a Romanian name, and I have a very distant cousin who is Romanian but is currently living in Spain named Wana, and I've always loved this name. You can call her O, Lana, or Anna. Next up on my list is the name Logan, and Logan means little hollow, which I've only ever heard as a boy name, but it came up in my feed as a girl's name, and I was kind of like, I kind of like that. Strong sounding name, so you can call her Lolo as a nickname for this one, and again, Logan's just like a really cool name on its own as a girl name. Love that name. The last name on my baby girl list is Callie, which means most beautiful. It's also a Greek goddess name. You can call her Cal, Sal, Sally, or Allie. I really just think this is a pretty name, and I also really like Greek mythology names. Okay, so that is my top 20 baby girls names that I enjoy, but I won't be using, even though I'm not pregnant. So obviously I'm not going to be using them. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It would really help me out. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!